most of us, the first couple of safaris we've gone on, we've taken way too much gear. Maybe overthought some things. I'm not going to talk about a full packing list here today in this short video, but I am going to talk about what I think are the top 10 items that you ought to have with you on a typical safari hunting day. And I would start with your boots. Having 2 pairs of well-worn boots that fit you are really important. Now, most of the hunting you're going to do on safari, you're not really going to need these big heavy boots like the Kennetreks. But you should talk to your outfitter and find out as much as you can about the area you're hunting to find out what kind of boots you're going to need. Something more along the lines of these lightweight boots is more likely to suit you and to match the hunt that you're going to be going on. Boots are really personal item, so I'm not going to try to give you advice, and no one should. You should try to find what really works for you. Make sure they work from home before you undertake a safari. The next item I would just like to mention is a jacket. Again, we're not going to talk about all the clothing you would take on safari here in this video, but having a really versatile jacket like this Sitka jacket has really served me well. If it's extremely cold, I can put a few layers underneath it and be okay. And if it's more of a scenario where it's just cold in the morning and you're out of a jacket by 10 o'clock, this is perfect. On the back of the vehicle or whatever, keeping you warm. Something like this, I think you'll find to be really beneficial. The next thing I'd like to talk about is binoculars. Having binoculars on any hunt can be really important. We all like to have binoculars. We all like to hunt at home with our binoculars and be able to glass. I've really become fond of these Swarovskis with the rangefinder built into them. There's many binoculars now with rangefinders integrated into them, and I really think that's one of the best advancements in hunting technology that we've got in recent years. I've got this paired with the Rik Young Bino Harness. The Rik Young Bino Harness is very versatile and very lightweight, about the lightest weight that I know of. And this is exclusively what I use on all of my binoculars. I really like the versatility and the way it works, no matter the hunting conditions. The next thing I'd mention for a typical day on safari would be a day pack, a backpack of some kind. I've got this little 5'11" Sling Backpack, one of the smaller ones that you'll find on the market, but I find that it suits me. It's got plenty of room for ammo and gloves and extra hats and different things like that. Holds a bottle of water in the back, has a compartment for your sunglasses. It's just really, really versatile. One of my friends was giving me trouble on a recent hunt and said, oh, that wouldn't even hold his toilet paper. He wants a big backpack, you know, full-size backpack to take for the day. And that's fine. That's all good. I want something really small and really lightweight. It's probably going to stay on the truck most of the time. If I need to grab it, I can throw it on and go, depending on the scenario. The next thing I'd like to mention is the ammo carrier that you can keep on your belt. This one from Dick Murray Leather, as you can see, is pretty well worn. It served me well through lots of safaris. I've got 2 of them. And being able to have 6 extra rounds or 12 on your belt can be really indispensable. Not having to fumble around for that round that you just need to finish up what you started. Having a headlamp, especially a nice lightweight, one of these new ones. There's so many different brands on the market, but this one suits me. So small you could just keep it in your pocket, and believe me, there's been so many times when I've just been kicking myself because I didn't have this in my pocket. We got out late, it got dark on us, and we're trying to get out, and we've got an animal down, and we've got our cell phones out trying to get light. How dumb is that? Believe me, I've done it. But having a couple of these in your pack for your safari will serve you well. Having a flashlight, I think it goes without saying, any hunting trip you need a flashlight. For me, I'm going to use that headlamp most of the time. So if I do need to pull out a flashlight, I want one that's powerful. You know, there's all these different brands. There's Streamlight, some fantastic flashlights now, better than ever. This LED lenser that I've got here is one that I've found that's just almost like a handheld spotlight, but yet very, very small. I can't go a day on the ranch without a Leatherman. So when I'm on safari, I'm definitely going to have a Leatherman on my belt. Being able to, you know, work on your gun or work on something that's gone wrong, or just get out the knife and cut something. It's an indispensable tool and something everybody ought to think about having on them, or at least in their pack. You can be in a lot of different conditions on safari, and having a soft gun case to keep your gun in. Whether your gun's in a vehicle, whether it's on a gun rack in the back, having a soft case is really important. You may even use that soft case in your packing, depending on how your gun case that you're traveling with works. That's typically what I do, is put this soft case inside the hard case. But having a soft case to take care of your gun that you've worked so hard with and gone overseas with is really important. Another thing you might not be familiar with is this Kuiu neck gaiter. It's made out of wool. It's really lightweight. It's not hot. People think it looks like it must be really hot. It's made out of wool. It breathes. It can be great if it's hot. It can be great if it's dusty. The most important time for me recently, when this has come in handy, was in Cameroon with mopani flies just getting all over us, and being able to take this thing, cover my nose and mouth and ears, and I'm not swatting bugs. Everybody else is miserable and just can't even stand still, glassing, looking for animals. They're fighting the bugs. Kuiu neck gaiter, I think, is something you ought to consider. Well, thanks for sharing this time with me. I hope you enjoy planning your next safari. I know I will, and I hope some of these items will get you thinking about safari and thinking about what you really need to take.